About 2 weeks ago, I took this Range Rover Sport Diesel off-road and I got it good and stuck in the snow. You can watch that video up above. It's a Raptor rescue video, and that's because of these Goodyear F1s. These are really street tires, not off-road tires, especially not in the snow. I've got it in off-road mode. I've got it in rocks, ruts, mud, and snow. I've got it jacked up as high as the air suspension will take it. So today, let's see if we can take it off-road without snow and see if we can get it not stuck. And that is coming up right now on the Fast Lane Car. All right, so the plan was to go up Gold Mine Hill, but unfortunately there's still snow on Gold Mine Hill. So with these basically summer tires on this car, we know what will happen if we go up Gold Mine Hill.
Yeah, it won't do it.
It won't do it. Over here is a little road that's not as snow covered, and we can kind of go over the various terrain modes that this has, because it is quite impressive what this vehicle can do.
So we have a terrain response system in this Range Rover Sport.
Yep.
And we have several different modes. So first there is the general program, and that is just a general on and off road.
Yep.
From there we have grass, gravel, snow,
yep,
mud and ruts, sand, and rock crawl. Now there's also a low range, which is very, very cool, I think.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Unlike most vehicles, or a lot of the older style vehicles where there's a big lever, this is a lot simpler. So in this vehicle, you just put it in neutral and push the low range button, and that's it. So it's really a seamless operation. And there's also a progressive control system. In this vehicle, it's called the ATCP, All-Terrain Progressive Control, and that works below 18.6 miles per hour, and that maintains a constant speed that's variable via the cruise control.
Yeah, basically crawl control.
Right. Now the party trick of this Range Rover is the air suspension. So from the lowest to the highest is 4.5 inches, which is a pretty sizable amount of change.
Yeah, that is.
And there are two off-road levels. There's a 1.4 inch and a 2.6 inch. And then there's also an extended mode, which is an automatic system where if you're jacking,
yeah,
or you hit something in high center,
yeah,
it will lift it up an additional, it will lift it up a little bit more,
right,
to get you over the obstacle. We also have a 4x4 info page,
yeah,
on our display here that shows us the articulation of the wheels, the steering angle, whether or not the center drive diff is locked or unlocked. There's some pretty cool stuff going on.
Now this hill we used last year for testing, and it's a pretty hard off-road hill, and luckily there's no snow on it. So you know what? Let's go down this hill and see how this Range Rover does in kind of the deep stuff here. You know, as long as we're not hitting snow, I feel pretty confident that we're actually okay.
Gonna be able to do it.
Yeah. So, now we're talking about some serious articulation that we need up here, because it gets pretty rutted out. So Tommy's gonna head out there and capture this on video and show you the articulation that this Range Rover has. And from years of hard-run experience, I've learned that when you're going off-road, you're better off just to go into the most off-road worthy mode right away. So lock all your diffs. And this one, by the way, has a center locking differential. I would prefer if it had a front and rear locking differential, which means that basically all four wheels are providing power. But this has a center locking diff, which means it's sending the equal amounts of power to the front and the rear wheels. All right, now here we have a tree right in my line, and it would be very easy to get trail damage here. So I'm just taking it very slowly, very carefully, making sure not to scrape anything on the vehicle, making sure that my wheels are aligned. And for an $80,000 plus vehicle, it is amazing how capable this Range Rover is when you allow it to do its thing. And it's cool because I've got a lot of interesting displays here. So over here in kind of our off-road mode, it's showing me that the rear diff is locked. It's also showing me the articulation of the tires. Over here it's showing me exactly how fast I'm going using the crawl control. There's a lot of really useful information that this vehicle is providing. I feel like I'm not going to be stuck and I'm not going to be walking out of here or being Raptor rescued. You can just imagine how off-road worthy this Range Rover Sport Diesel would be if you got rid of these Goodyear Eagle F1s, if you actually put on proper off-road tires. Of course, you still have a car that can get trail damage, and that's why most people will probably stick with these tires. But I have to tell you, I'm impressed with all the technology. I only wish there was a button that said, "I'm stuck, get me out of here." There's a lot of technology that you have to learn in order to get the most out of this vehicle. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and hopefully no more Raptor rescue reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao. Now there's probably, I don't know, about a foot of snow that's kind of crushed. But the problem is not with the Range Rover, it's with the tires. They do say mud and snow on them, but man, these Goodyear Eagle F1s are anything but mud and snow. So while this Range Rover has terrain management, it can jack itself up so it's not high centered. It can't get past the fact that these tires are just no good in the snow. So we are stuck.